everyone, it's Susan Seiler with your week 6 science prep video. We have 2 experiments this week, number 79 spinning and number 80 pattern. These are actually really fun, I think, but it's going to take some stretching to make both of them fill up the 30 minutes, but I think it certainly can be done. So number 79, effects on spinning rapidly. You can certainly go through the experiment. We'll have your student stand in an open area, turn around rapidly 5 times, and sit down on the floor or the ground. So CC Livermore will be doing this out front in that little awning area directly outside the church doors. After your students do that, they may have some additional questions. Some of them would be to encourage them to be thinking critically or modeling for them if they are on the younger side. If I spun around one way 5 times, then immediately spun around the other way 5 times and sat down, how would I feel? What if we laid down instead of sitting down? Are we dizzy longer if we spin around 5 or 10 times versus, 7 or 10 times instead of only 5? So you can guide them through the scientific method with some of their questions. So they could come up with a new question. What if we spun the opposite way directly afterwards? Will that make us undizzy? And they could have an educated guess on their hypothesis. They could talk about how we don't really need any different materials, but we do need a different procedure, and you can guide them through that and let them tell you. And then execute the procedure and make any notes as to what occurred. In the Van Cleves, you will notice that they talk about how there's liquid in the canals of the ear and that begins to move, but when our body stops turning, the liquid continues to turn. And I thought this mason jar would be a good example of that, where we can show them how even though we've stopped turning the mason jar, the liquid inside continues to turn for a bit. And we can even answer some of the questions within their guesses. If they have additional questions, we might be able to answer them also using the jar. If we spin it around one way 5 times and then spin it around the other way 5 times, what happens? Well, the water's still turning in here, probably leading to still continuing to feel dizzy. Okay, so this is the first experiment, spinning. The next one is pattern. It's basically where you rub your tummy and pat your head, and you do that. Your students can spend some time practicing that. If they get it down really quickly, you can talk about what are some of their ideas on how to change the experiment, ask a different question using the same general experiment. What would happen if we watched someone else do the same thing? Would that help our concentration, or would we be distracted by that? What if that other person was doing something different? Would that help our concentration? What happened if we patted our tummy and rubbed our head? Let's see, I don't know if I could do that. What happens if we did our nose? Whatever that is, encourage them to expand and ask questions. I think that will fill up your time fairly well. And again, walk, especially for those older students, but even for the younger, model at least with one of their questions going through the scientific method in the order of purpose, hypothesis, materials, procedure, conclusion, or observation, conclusion. All right. And in your tutor handbook, you have some Wine with Miss Wizzles, which are really fun, but also the Van Cleves is certainly a great resource for you. All right, that's it for week 6. That wraps up the first quarter. Thank you for watching these videos, for dedicating the time. I really appreciate it. And just know as we enter into the last quarter of the semester, it becomes a little lighter on the science prep. So I'll see you soon. Bye.